Neil.
Thor Ragnarok, the movie where Taika Waititi turned Thor from a Shakespearean parody into a neon space opera. Of course, it has some hero's journey stuff. Thor goes from the god of hammers to the god of thunder to the god of blowing up his childhood home.
Those foundations are gone, sorry.
Truly an inspirational journey. But if we shift the perspective from the god of terrorism and instead focus on his sister Hela,
Odin and I drowned entire civilizations in blood and tears.
and it becomes a story of a long-lost sister coming home after literally being erased from history to reunite with her family and retake her place as the rightful ruler of her empire. But to imagine that, let me just put you in her shoes. Now imagine that you are Hela, goddess of death. Not like death, the cosmic entity, but like a goddess. Whatever that means. You are the firstborn of Odin, rightful heir to the throne of Asgard. Thousands of years ago, you got banished from the kingdom because you frankly were just a little bit too good at your jobs. Between you and your dad, you conquered 9 realms. And then your pathetic father woke up one day with the case of the benevolence and decided that murdering, pillaging and conquest is wrong? What a fucking soy boy. Because I mean, honestly, you could have got way more. Like, way more. Anyway, back then you threw a little temper tantrum. And maybe you exterminated the entirety of the Valkyrie army? Hey, they stood against you. And your father, as a consequence, banished you. For being the only rational person in the entirety of Asgard. The only one that could see that we were destined to be the rulers of the universe. Not through diplomacy, but through power and strength. How Asgardians are meant to be. Anyway, one day you're just minding your own business when you catch a little sniff of magical bullshit on the wind. Old Odin has turned into pixie dust. Finally, his presence is gone. Apparently joining his wife in the afterlife, and here you thought if you wanted to go there, you had to die an honourable death. But anyway, this means it's your time to come. It's your time to reclaim the throne. So you pop up where the old boot kicked it.
It's a shame, I would have liked to have seen that.
And look who's there to greet you. Your brothers. Well, your brother and adopted blue freaky alien thing. Now, you hate Loki a lot, but not because you don't respect the cut of his jib. Like, he's manipulative, he's cruel, he's malevolent, he's all the things that you want by your side. But there was some ambiguity between whether or not he's actually your father or your brother. And you can't let the humans think that way, it's just not fair. But maybe the humans actually did get it wrong and you are his sibling. Who knows? This is comic books we're talking about, not mythology. But still, he is a blue freak masquerading as an Asgardian god. Disgusting. And Thor, Mr. Pathetic, Mr. absconds from the throne to go chase a human mortal who spends their time looking up at the stars. This is the Asgardian gods now? And of course there's the hammer, your hammer, the one that used to pick people based on how ruthless, cruel and tenacious they were. And now it chooses cringe qualities like virtue, righteousness, self-sacrifice. How far did Odin fall to get swayed by such abnormal qualities? It's like he's now some mid-tier protagonist and not an actual god. And we are gods, and it's time to become them. Anyway, those two fools are really not happy to see you. And Thor tries to rearrange your face with his hammer. Now, if it wasn't your brother, you wouldn't mind a good-looking guy's hammer rearranging parts of you. But you do what any woman should do in a situation where a man is trying to force his hammer on you. You figuratively and almost literally emasculate it with your strong and mighty grip. And then they do something completely amazing. They open up the Bifrost for you. And that basically gives you Asgard on a silver platter because 1-2 punch later, those two fucking clowns are gone, probably dead.
Who are you? What have you done with Thor?
Of course, there is resistance. There's always resistance, but you know how to deal with resistance. And then you meet some twat called Plague or Scourge, or it doesn't really matter. He's just some wide-eyed nobody that you want to drag along. Because frankly, you do need someone to manipulate, and you don't really want to kill everybody. You do want to share this with other people. Ruling over a kingdom of nobody is not really an enjoyable experience. And it's better to have a patsy than no one at all. So you introduce yourself to Asgard.
I am Hela, Odin's firstborn, the rightful heir to the throne and the goddess of death.
Of course, they're not happy to see you. More resistance. They should be excited. You're about to reclaim the honor of Asgard.
Whoever you are, surrender now, or we will show you no mercy.
Whoever I am, did you listen to a word I said?
So you don your antlers and get to work. You commit a little bit of cheeky murder. Or in this case, cheeky genocide. It's all good, it's just...
Still, it's a shame. Good soldiers dying for nothing. All because they couldn't see the future.
But you can still take over the universe, it's not that big of a deal.
Whatever cave you crept out of, you evil demons.
Hey, no one said that these guys were intelligent, but give them credit where credit is due. They did really stay up till the bitter end, and at least they make some good worm food. And you and Scourge, Plague, Aylmer, or whatever, walk through the castle. It's nice to have a wide-eyed unremarkable there to exposition dump onto, otherwise this would be incredibly shoehorned in and feel very inorganic. But then you find the most harrowing moment of all. Odin literally covered up your history. How he really captured the Nine Realms. Now, does he think that the Nine Realms are going to portray this? No. No, they're going to educate their population on what really happened. They weren't conquered by benevolence, they were conquered by conquest. And now you just look like a government that's got its hands caught in the cookie jar, trying to cover up something that everyone already knows the truth. But anyway, you might as well just own it, right? Better. But of course you did just slaughter the entire conscription age men of Asgard, so you need more men. And luckily Odin has some treasures that he keeps, and he even has the Tesseract. Wow, what a lovely Easter egg for everyone. But you don't need that, you need the eternal flame. And with one superhero landing and one spell later, and you reincarnate your mindless and obedient sycophants. And of course your doggo. Now, you're more of a cat person, honestly, but the last time you tried to take a cat into war, it didn't go well. So dogs are a little bit more useful, easier to train. Maybe in the future you could have like 1 or 20 cats. A few days pass and things are going well, and you're trying to build rapport with this Scourge guy, try and get to know him a little bit, even though it does make you feel a bit seedy inside.
I just want a chance to prove myself.
Perfect. You can make him your executor, your butcher.
Recognition.
And it's an easy job, really. You just swing an axe and, detach people's heads from their shoulders and Bob's your uncle. Maybe keep the order a little bit, you can't be everywhere. And besides, you need someone to put the blame of killing innocent civilians onto, otherwise they will revolt against you. And this way, all of their anger will be directed at him. And he doesn't even get a herd like every other executor in history. And like, you do all of the war killing, you get all the glory. All he has to do is kill a civilian or two. Who cares? It's really straightforward and easy. So you go off to try and conquer the universe, but it turns out the Bifrost sword is gone. That's fucking annoying. Goddamn Heimdall. Can't he just summon the Bifrost by himself? Why does he need the... Oh, right, yeah, because he's trying to impede you. More resistance, apparently. Great. Great, great. So it's time for a public execution. Fantastic. A perfect opportunity for this butcher to prove his worth. I mean, say what you will about him, but he can at least pretend to be a person of authority. That's a useful skill. You almost think he could do it. Well, time for another genocide. Honestly, you are so sick. And if the humans made a video game character about you, no doubt you'd be one of the most powerful characters, or at least completely broken. But there's no one there, and once again you're spent chasing your tail. I guess that's what happens when you try to find a guy that can literally see the universe. And then you hear some banging. So you quickly whisk back to the throne room. And look who's there to greet you. Fucking Thor. Pretending to be Odin or something. And so you have a little heart-to-heart, a little sibling chat. And this little cockroach really believes in the sanctity of life spiel that he got told by some bloodthirsty conqueror.
Where do you think all this gold came from?
And I mean, look at this throne. It is pathetic. The English monarchy, and literally just one room in that palace is a testament, a monument to exploitation, colonialism, thievery, and all general heinous things that are done in the pursuit of conquest. And here we are with 9 realms, and this is what we have to show for it. How were the Asgardians, gods of Earth, getting upstaged?
I would love for someone else to rule, but it can't be you. You're just the worst.
Okay, get up.
No, you're only honest. You just don't want to lie and be bullshit like your father was. What Asgardians are supposed to be are bloodthirsty warriors out to conquer, pillage, and murder. So you have a little cheeky 1v1. You can see why he prefers to be on Midgard. Earth's mightiest heroes. Yeah, it's like a big fish in a small pond kind of thing. Real megalomaniac crap.
I expected more.
So you remind him who you are.
I'm Odin's firstborn, the rightful heir, the savior of Asgard. And you're nothing.
Well, if he wants to be like Odin, if he wants that throne like him, well, you're happy to oblige.
Ugh. Now you remind me of Dad.
And you pretty much won with that. So you head on out to show Thor the folly of his actions.
You see, no one's going anywhere. I'll get that sword, even if I have to kill every single one of them to do it.
Your savior is here!
Great. Loki's back, and he's wearing his fucking antlers. The 2 big ones. Like, come on, bro. Makes him look like an idiot. Does he think he's Lucifer or something? No, you are the goddess of hell. Hang on a second. Oh, so he is the god of lightning. And like, you know, you spend a moment catching your breath. Poor little Wolfie gets tossed off the waterfall, but that's okay. He's got the eternal flame. He's like immortal, right? And then you come to face these people that want to stop you from claiming your birthright, to stop you from bringing Asgard into a new era of prosperity. And there's a Valkyrie there. Like, you really thought you killed all of them, but like, what does it matter? You killed like a couple dozen, 100 or whatever. Hardly matters. And then your hapless patsy comes down and starts trying to shoot you with some guns. Good lord, it's an Australian man with a British accent using American guns.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. What?
What a waste of a fucking dagger. It's so hard to have good minions these days, you know? You have to do everything yourself. Did the Valkyrie just sucker punch you as they're trying to create Ragnarok? Why are they trying to create Ragnarok? What the hell's wrong with them? I thought Valkyries were supposed to be honorable and protecting Asgard, and here they are trying to destroy it. But as you come out, everyone's gone. The only thing that's left is Surtur. And it looks like you have to stop Ragnarok yourself. Because again, you're the only person that can. And it sucks being the only one that seems to care about Asgard, the only one that wants to bring Asgard into a new world, a new era, and here they are, they do this to you. It's not fair. But anyway, big lava man, he's no match for you. You're not gonna let Asgard fall, and then when you deal with this guy, they're all gonna come back down and celebrate how magnificent you are. How are they gonna say no? If you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I just want to shout out my members real quick, especially Jay. Thank you, Jay. And of course, Lavender, Yuri, Sam, Zyla, and now another Sam, because that's not confusing at all, and Alan. Thank you. Have a great day and have a great life.